best friends.
Yup!
I want you to stay. 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 want you to stay. I 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 want you to stay.
Hey, I already got a follow. Let's go.
Yay, let's
Hi,
go.
guys. RV with the resub on Twitch. Thank you.
How are y'all? How's it going? Thank you so much, Gamer Girl Loves You, for the follow. Let me see. I feel like I missed a bunch already. Thanks, Matt. You're drunk. Go home. You were first, though. Right. We're doing great. We're going to do a podcast tonight, and I'm really excited about it. Let me make sure. Yeah, y'all can hear me. Cool beans. Catchy. It's SinnysterS, as in Sinny sisters together. She's my Sinny sister, but we're SinnysterS, like sinister. SinnysterS. What do we think? Chilling, having some chill and serve margaritas. Nice. Very nice. I'm going to bring SO back now. I brought you back.
You're good.
Oh, my
Winning. I made sure to introduce you to everybody and make sure that they know to follow you. I'm pulling you up on Twitch right now because I did forget to do that.
Oh my god, my eye. It's driving me nuts. Why? My eye's like, oh, you're gonna have to do some reading? Why don't we just like stick something in there? It's like
it doesn't look
dust. What?
Oh no. I was saying you're like on your end, my super bright light isn't the worst. It could be worse. I feel like.
Yeah, it looks fine. You're excited? My heart, two gorgeous angels. Is it my time to go to heaven?
Yes. Welcome. I would say to heaven, but we're the SinnysterS.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Data said, SinnysterS catchy, and I was like, no, she's my Sinny sister, but it's SinnysterS, like sinister.
Yes.
I was like, putting it together. I'm excited too, Data.
Thank you, Pyro.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yes, I'm excited. It's going to be the best. I'm going to drink a Coke, so I will mute myself for burps. So do you want to kind of explain to them how we're going to do this?
So ideally, weekly, we're going to go through and do these podcasts, and we're going to alternate who writes the episode, and the other person knows nothing about the episode until it comes out, so that all the reactions are raw and real, unadulterated, fun. So, I could just go into it if you're ready.
I'm down. I do want to say that RV said an angel and a demon.
Yes.
We need to get you like a little halo.
That'd be so cute. I have a crown, but
would a crown work? I don't know. I feel like if you moved like just a little to your right, the thing on the mask like will kind of look like you are an angel. Look at it.
Go to heaven for the climate, hell for the company. I like it. That is a good quote. Mark Twain's like not the coolest dude, but that is a good quote. Adult rated fun. I said unadulterated. Real reactions. Yes. Raw.
Yeah, so I have no idea what she's going to be talking about. and then we're gonna alternate turns, I think. And I just hope that I learn a lot today because I don't know how well I'm gonna do with that.
You're gonna be great. If you would like, we could just do several of me until you feel comfortable coming in and doing yours.
Okay, we'll see how today goes. 'Cause,
Okay.
again, I've never done a podcast, so I'm excited.
Me either.
Let's
let
go,
me
RV.
think. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
All right,
So,
and RV,
yes, what did
one
RV
second.
say?
So RV was saying he's had a rough day, so he wants to be in a better mood. Should we come up with like a way to like breaks to catch up with chat every now and then? That way we're not like ignoring anyone, or should we just do it as a me and you thing and then come to chat later?
We can do chat at the same time.
Okay.
We'll
That'll work.
just I'll try to speak slowly so we can easily like find those breaks.
Okay, yeah, and I've got both of your chats up. I don't have your chat up on LiveSpace because I don't have room for that
Cool.
yet. I'll figure it out later. Oh shit! All right, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Cool. Well, welcome to the premiere episode of SinnysterS, where we're going to delve into the chilling details of some of the most notorious crimes that have captured headlines. I'm Kira.
And I'm SO.
Oh, look, that's exactly what I've written on my screen. That's so funny. So, for those that were there when I first began talking about true crime on stream, I know I promised to cover the 2021 Oxford high school shooting, but the trials are ongoing, so I decided to go with something else for the first episode. I pinky promise SO and I will talk about it, but I don't want to put out any wrong information or anything. So everything goes. What are you talking about, Matt? You are wild. So today I'll be talking about the Sea Orphan. I've actually never heard of this case, and I came across it by accident. But before we start, I do want to insert a trigger warning for child harm. So if that's something you're not comfortable listening to, feel free to dip out and hang out with us on the next episode. Okay, so it's 1961, and you're on a Greek freighter when you see a tiny raft at sea. You know those pool lounge floaty things with the net? They have like the circular, like the...
So you can like sit in it, but water comes out.
Yeah, like the net underneath, and you're like lounging in it. Okay, it's like that, except there's a little fucking girl in it at sea. So the man that cited her was, I'm going to try to say this right, website didn't work, Nikolaos Spakidakis. I should know how to say that because I worked with Greek people before, and that's how they said their names. But the little girl was 11 at the time, and her name was Terry Jo Duperalt. The internet says both ways. Okay.
Okay, so she's 11. Her
And
name is Terry.
Terry
and she
Jo.
was found. Okay, and she was found at sea, just in a floaty.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So now we're traveling back, like all the way to the beginning, because that's the end of it. Like, our kind of whatever. So,
Okay.
so Julian Harvey was born March 1st, 1917, which makes him a Pisces, if anyone is curious. He was a model in New York for the John Roberts Power Agency. That's really long. I looked at some older pictures of him, and he was actually a pretty good-looking guy. And I should have brought up a picture. Very like, when you think of like those old black and white sailor photos where they're like smiling with their hand on her hip. It's kind of like, that's the vibe he gives me. So later, though, funny, he did enlist in the Air Force, and he served as a World War II bomber pilot in the Korean War. I saw a few reports that said he was pretty good at it, but he evidently just said, like, fuck this on some missions, claiming there was an engine failure. I mean, I get it, because that shit sounds fucking terrifying. But
Pussy.
yeah, sometimes. But he ended up conducting 114 combat missions. And by the time he was medically discharged from the Air Force in 1958, he had a worsened facial tic and stutter. So, like, I guess he had one the whole time. And then it got way worse because of the trauma of the, the bombs and
So,
shit.
like, stress can definitely trigger, like, stuff like Tourette's and stuff. So I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
Oh, and his plane was called Hell's a Droppin', like all one word, Hell's a Droppin', which I think it's pretty
That's
clever.
kind of cool. That's very fitting for our premiere.
Yes, Hell's a Droppin'. Okay, so we're still talking about Julian. This man's was married 6 times. 6 times. He would just like meet a gal, decide immediately she was perfect, marry her, then be like, LOL, I don't love you anymore. Peace out, homie. Like, what?
6 times?
6 times. Like, what? That's a sick name. It is a sick name, Matt.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
Rubber, I'm
What?
I don't even know what to say. Rubber, it was like one weekend she tied me up for 3 days.
What? Oh, no.
He slave labors for hard work, or he works hard. I don't know. I don't know. You can edit that out, right?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Oh, my God. Okay. So, like, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of others. But he murdered one of his wives before the story begins.
So he didn't actually have to like
So there were 6 of them.
divorce that one.
Yeah, so I read on a couple of websites that it was his second wife, but 1 or 2 said it was his third. So second
Okay.
or third wife. But according to him, on a rainy night in 1941, he was driving his wife at the time, Joan, and her mom, Myrtle May Burgess Boylan, long ass name, but I'm sure she was a nice lady, when the car just like swerves off a bridge into a bayou at high speed. He's just like driving, and I guess it was rainy, and he was just like going high speed on a bridge, and he's like, "Meow, fuck this shit. I don't know." Matt said, all right, starting off great. Yeah, I don't know. But then he bragged about having escaped from the car midair, quote, midair. And he was the only survivor.
That's wild.
So not only is the husband being the only survivor a little sus, like on its own, but then bystanders jumped into the water to try to save the family while Julian did nothing. He got out and was like, bitch, look at me. I jumped out of that shit midair. But like, they're fine. It's fine. But other people were jumping in to save. Okay. So there's that. But yeah, he literally did nothing to save them. And I know everyone grieves differently, and I don't want to shit on that. But it was reported in several sources that he didn't even seem that upset about the loss. I don't know. But I do know that's surprising to nobody. He collected Joan's life insurance policy pretty quickly, like immediately. So there's that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that's our background on Julian. We're not quite done with him, but do you know what a yawl is? YAWL.
No.
So it's a it's a sailboat with like a certain type of hull, and it isn't super important. But if you're one of those people that can visualize things, it's a type of sailboat. Well, he owned one at some point, and he crashed it into a submerged warship, sinking it. His crew members repeatedly warned him and tried to get him to steer away from the wreckage, but he claimed he was trying to read a buoy. So he was getting like really close to it, and they were like, "Hey man, there's shit up there," and he's like, "It's fine. I want to read what that buoy says," because it's probably they have like those directional buoys that have like notes, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a goddamn liar. He claimed the insurance he had taken out on the yawl and later crushed and sunk another boat, off the coast of Cuba for another large insurance payout. Because
What?
this guy be wildin'. It's like, what?
Well, how is he still like? He's just out and about, living his life. Okay.
Yep.
Fuck this guy.
Matt, insurance
Alright.
fraud, LOL. Yeah, that's like his whole deal so far.
Jesus. Okay.
So now is the time to shift, and we're going to talk about the victims before I get too into what happened. So Arthur Dupperalt was born in 1915, and he was a successful, I'll say eye doctor, because some places say ophthalmologist and others say optometrist, maybe specializing in contact lenses. Uh,
Okay.
but he previously served in the Navy, where he became an experienced sailor. He also had flown on over 30 combat missions with the Air Corps and survived 2 plane crashes. So this man's lived a whole ass
Ew.
life. And eventually settled down in Green Bay, Wisconsin with his wife, Jean. Which is funny. I didn't even realize. I think the other guy's second wife who died was Joan. Okay, I was like, wow, that seems really familiar. It was Joan. This is Jean. Okay, Jean is Arthur's wife.
Okay.
So there in Green Bay, they had 3 children: Brian, Terry Jo, and Renee. And I'm sure you
And Terry
recognize Terry
Jo-
Jo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, from the beginning of the story. Oh my god, my
Okay.
eye is really bothering me.
Oh.
Okay. They lived a comfortable and quiet life up until saving enough money to avoid another frigid Wisconsin winter to go on a cruise in the Bahamas. And at this
Okay.
time, their kids are 14, 11, and 7 years old.
Excuse
So
me.
Brian's 14, Cherry Joe's 11, and Renee is 7.
Okay.
So the cruise was supposed to be a week-long adventure leaving out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Unfortunately, the skipper for this trip was Julian Harvey, who we talked about a moment ago, the insurance fraud guy.
Okay.
So a couple sources say Arthur handpicked Julian and hired him to run the cruise because he actually knew Julian and considered him a friend. So there's like a few different places will say that they knew each other from when they served or something, or that they became friends later. I don't know. And I don't want to like tell you solidly because I don't fucking know. So
Okay.
they meet with Julian, the whole family, who actually, Julian brought his wife, Mary Dean, so this is wife number 6. He brought her for the voyage through the Bahamas on board the Bluebell, which is a rented boat, by the way. I didn't
Okay.
write that down anywhere, but in my opinion, he's a shit husband because we know this is going to go poorly. It's a true crime story, and he brought his wife, so fuck you, you know? I'd be mad. But even without that, he's a shitty guy anyway. So I'm going to start with Julian's version of events, and then let you tell me, words are really hard, what you think. So we're going to start with Julian.
Okay.
The trip started without a hitch. All on board spent the first 4 or 5 days collecting shells on beautiful beaches, snorkeling in clear waters, and just enjoying the ride. 4 or 5 days in, different sources say one or the other, so I don't want to lie to y'all, a squall rolled in and damaged the ship. His wife and the
Okay.
Dupperalt family were incredibly injured when the masts and rigging collapsed from the enormous waves and high winds. Julian told the Coast Guard that the post of the main mast rocketed through the cabin, then the engine room, and finally out of the hole. So like there's 2 masts on these ships. So there's the what is it called? Jib is the front one that's sideways, and then there's the main mast in the middle. So
Yeah.
he's saying that the mast just like went straight down through the ship when the storm happened. Yeah. And like all the way through. And during that, it ruptured the gas lines, which caused the ship to go up in flames as it just like started sinking. Yeah. So that on its own, I'm like, wait a second. I don't like that.
Why you always lying?
Why you always lying? But so in an attempt to save everyone, because he's a fucking hero, Julian used 2 entire fire extinguishers and dove off the ship. Like he couldn't slow the fire. He grabs a dinghy, dives off the ship. Like real fast evolution, I guess. Matt, plot twist, the wife tried killing him with a champagne bottle. No. But you're gonna like the way it goes in a horrible way. Obviously, we really care about the victims. We're going to honor them as best we can, and we're gonna shit all over Julian because he's a garbage person. Anyway, so he empties.
I'm just like sitting here waiting for the next like super fucked up thing that this man did.
Right.
Like,
So,
okay.
he says, I used 2 fire extinguishers and I tried to get the flames out. I couldn't. So I grabbed a dinghy and I dove off the ship and escaped onto it. And he said he was yelling over the storm. The word hollering was used in the articles. When he noticed little Renee, which is 7 fucking years old, floating face down in the water. He claimed he tried to save her, but was unsuccessful. So he toted her on a life raft behind his dinghy until they were picked up. So he took this little girl, put her on a life raft, tied the life raft to his boat, and then left. Because she's evidence. The ship went down and she drowned. So she's evidence that this is real and this really happened. A 7-year-old. What the fuck?
Why
That's
didn't he
his
just put her
purpose
on the
too.
boat?
I don't know, because he doesn't want a dead body near him. I'm not sure, but that is his purpose of bringing her along. She's fucking evidence that's what happened. That his
That's what
story
he
is true.
said.
Yeah, or that's what's deduced from how everything played out.
Okay.
Another source said it was his wife being dragged along, but that makes zero sense. And most of them say it was Renee, who's the 7-year-old, not the one that gets picked up later.
Okay.
So, okay. So 3 days later, after leaving the sinking ship, we arrive at the opening scene. Terry Jo is pulled on board the Greek freighter alive. She had been floating at sea for 3.5 days. It was
She was alive.
Yeah. It was reported she was
I thought she
mere
was dead.
hours from death, right? Yeah. See, I gotcha. See, she's alive. She gets pulled from
Oh,
her
shit.
little floaty thing alive, hours from death. Obviously, she was severely dehydrated and insanely sunburned, but she was miraculously able to wrangle the raft, like a life raft, that nonsense one, as the blue bell went down. What am I? Oh, thanks, Sunny. And I mean, she'd been lucky to survive at all, regardless. Like I can't imagine being out at sea like that.
At 11?
11.
At 11 years old.
3.5 days. No food, no water, just a stupid little pool raft type shit existing. And she got picked up by a Greek freighter. So that's like, it's hot. And they were in the Bahamas. So why was the freighter way over there? Yeah, so they were on the Bahamas in the summer or in the winter, which is still like 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
I mean, okay, seems legit. You
But
don't
she's
want a
alive.
decomposing body in the
But she's
boat.
alive.
Yeah, so she's alive, but yeah, Renee is in the back of the boat. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Terry Jo's perspective. So it's not going to have all the pieces. We're just going to talk about the 11-year-old's perspective and account of what happened. But she obviously wasn't there for the entire thing. So
Yeah.
there will be gaps that we'll get to. So the night of all this insanity, hey, Terry Jo went to bed on her own while her siblings stayed with her parents on the deck. So they did share a room, but that night they decided to stay with the parents, the other two siblings, and she was like, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to bed. So she woke up to her brother, Brian, who's 14, screaming for their dad to help him. He's just like, hey, Tactical Blankie, how are you? I always want to say
I
Tappy.
know.
So she's screaming out for her. He's screaming out for their dad. And she's like, what the fuck? Then she could hear someone running, like loud footsteps. And then nothing. Just utter silence is how she describes it. So she hides in her bed for a few minutes because she's fucking 11. Absolutely terrified. And she eventually is brave enough to ventures out. Only to immediately discover her mom and her brother in a pool of blood in the main cabin. I'll give you a second for chat. Yeah.
That's crazy. Hi,
Insane.
Johan. And Rubber, I'm gonna need you to calm down, man. I can't be reading all this, and I can't say nothing.
You're good.
It's killing me. He said amateur shit. Cool. You about a feat, so that makes you an amateur.
What?
¿Por qué? Why didn't the sound go? Because I totally didn't add the
Whew.
browser source for my sound alerts. So one moment, please. Now it will work.
Dope. Did
But
they get the right shade
didn't-
of red? Sir, this is not a movie. This is real. Real
yes, this
blood.
is all true story stuff. But Blanky, I'm so glad you're here. She
Yep,
said
I
was
haven't
scammed
seen
with
him
my
so
points. I'll
long.
give them back to you once I get into sound alerts after the podcast.
Don't
Still
worry.
here playing games with a friend while lurking, and you're generally concerned for rubber safety.
Oh no.
Bless you.
Oh my god. Okay. So she finds her mom and her brother on the floor. And then Julian appears. And Terry Joe's like, hey, what happened? What's going on? And he slaps her in the face and says, go back downstairs. I'm sorry. What? I don't. That just breaks my heart. Like, you find your mom and your brother. You're 11. You find them dead in a pool of their own blood. And then the man who's taking you on this cruise, who she, in theory, she might know. Because there are reports that her dad and him were friends, like had known each other well. And it says close friends in those reports. So it's possible she knows this guy.
Yeah.
And then he's
Okay.
like, fuck you. Go back to, like, go away. You're annoying to me. This isn't, go away.
Sorry.
Anyway, so she does. She goes back to her bed. But then the ship is fucking sinking. So the water is starting to come up through her room. And I missed something. I'm sorry, I have drove humor syndrome. Oh, dark humor syndrome. I was like, what the fuck is drove humor system? Who's driving and where? Driving to Crazy Town. Okay. So the ship's sinking and the water comes up into her room. So she's like, okay, well, I can't stay in here anymore. So she meets with Julian again. As he's like leaving and he's in the dinghy. So he just left her stranded. So he knows she's alive. Slaps her.
He just
tells her to go back. Yeah.
Just no fucks given.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. So thank God she remembers that she had seen a tiny life raft and she went and found it and grabbed onto it. It was 84 hours later when she was rescued by the Greek freighter, Captain Theo. That is, it sounds scarier in hours, I think.
Yeah.
What were you
I
saying?
don't know. I feel like it's just like I'm glad that she knew what she needed to grab to like save herself.
Yeah.
Like, because she's only 11. Like, I feel like if my son, who's like gonna be 10, if he got stranded on a fucking boat like that, like he'd go down with it. He wouldn't know what to do. He'd be like, I don't have a boat.
Yeah,
Like,
isn't that weird to
he'd
think
be-
about?
He would die. Yeah, it's crazy.
I was gonna ask you, I was like, your kids you have one around that age and then another that's past it. Like, how were they at that age if they'd been in this life or death situation? It like you
That's
hope
wild.
that they would know what to do.
And that's all that you can do,
Yep.
you know? And then, but to be the fucking guy that's like,
Yeah.
go back down. Like, I'm leaving.
Okay. So
Okay.
they asked about the mast. Initially, Terry Jo obviously couldn't talk or anything because she was nearly dead, left for dead. But she was pretty adamant when she could talk that the mast of the Bluebell was just fine when she floated off. So it hadn't even been damaged at all, is what she told them. But this is heartbreaking. While she was at sea, Terry Jo actually saw a plane and tried to flag it down, but the pilot flew right over her with no idea she was there, nor that she had already been at sea for nearly 2 days at that point. Thinking about that as an adult, like, you've been at sea for 2 days, you see a plane, you lose your shit, excited, you're hollering and screaming with all the strength you can muster, and then it just right over you. And then put that in an 11-year-old. Fucking awful.
That's so sad. So, how did they not see her?
I mean, I don't think it was like a search and rescue
this is
plane.
like-
This is just a plane that's flying. I think
Like a long
it said it
time
was like
ago.
a biplane that was just flying over.
Okay.
So what really happened? We're already here. Luckily, I didn't make a super long episode as our first one. Julian had taken out a $20,000 double indemnity life insurance policy on his wife. So That means he would get double that, so $40,000 if she were to die in an accident of some sort. Suspicious. So this entire trip was an opportunity for her to, quote, accidentally die at sea. But then the Depperalt family would have just been witnesses, even if they didn't see the accident take place. You know, because they were on board, that was enough. So it would be like, oh, well, I was with my wife and she fell off and now I can't find her and she's drowned. And they'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then they would be witnesses to the crime. So they could say, yeah, it was an accident. We were all there. We were all on the boat. But, yeah. So before I go too far, there is a reason that there are like theories and the way things are put together instead of exact facts. And I will tell you why in a moment. So these are based on what I could find. I just took a bunch of the theories and kind of mushed them all together. So they're in their cabin, Julian with his wife. He allegedly murdered his wife with the plan to tell the Depperalt family she had fallen overboard and was now nowhere to be found. She's a boss bitch, so she put up a hell of a fight. And because of that, Arthur heard something, and he was like, what the fuck's going on? And he went to go investigate. Upon seeing Arthur, Julian stabs him, and then found Jean, his wife, and Brian, their oldest son, stabbing and killing them as well. So Renee drowned, but nobody really knows if she drowned naturally or at Julian's hand before dragging her to the lifeboat.
Her ass off and was just like, eh.
Yeah. So I think when the ship was going down, she came out and she was close enough, and he drowned her on his own and was like, this is perfect, and then put her in the boat. But then did he, maybe because she was the smallest, like the easiest to handle, and then he was like, fuck it, I mean, Terry Jo's gonna go down with the boat, whatever. She has no way of getting out. I'm not quite sure. But yeah,
what if she wasn't actually drowned and he just put her on the dinghy thing, hoping she would drown on the way back?
Maybe it was a type that would have her in water a lot, like she became weak enough.
Yeah, like if he went fast enough, it would just kind of like
maybe
drown her.
I have no idea, but she did drown. Renee did. But obviously Terry Jo survives. So Julian Harvey and Terry Jo Depperalt were the only survivors. So Julian gets pulled in to be interrogated because it's an insurance thing, and they're also like, hey, what happened? Where are all these people that were on your boat? And he was told during his interrogation that Terry Jo survived. He goes, oh my God, and then asks to be, like, literally quoted everywhere, oh my God, exclamation point, was his response. That's all he said. And then he's like, can I be excused? Because he's saying he was exhausted and he wanted to talk to his now deceased wife's family. He like wants to call her family. So he drives to a nearby motel called the Sandman Motel, and he checks himself in under an alias, John Monroe. He then writes a 2-page suicide note to a close friend that he served with. He slashed his thigh, neck, and ankles in the motel bathroom. Yeah. So that's why we don't know what happened. Because he's dead. So, spoiler alert, he died. And this poor maid found blood in the room 2 hours later. She was like doing her normal rounds, and then she's like, that's weird. And then she's like, I'm going to investigate a little bit. So she tries to open the bathroom, and she can't get the door open. So she calls the police. What's super weird, I couldn't find the actual note. I didn't honestly look that hard for it because fuck that guy. But it didn't actually explain anything, which is weird because it's 2 fucking pages. But this is shocking. And he had a 14-year-old son. Yeah, this guy had a fucking kid, which I had no idea. He's not talked about. I'm not going to name him because he doesn't deserve to be associated with his fuckwad of a dad. But yeah, I had no idea until I found out about the note. He's not listed anywhere else. He doesn't talk about him, nothing. Matt, LOL, the maid did it. She had the knife in her cleaning cart. Oh, totally. I wouldn't blame her. if she found out. She's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So obviously, Julian was never charged for the 5 horrendous murders because he was a chicken shit asshole that knew he was done for. And the shithead ironically got his wish to be buried at sea, too.
Why?
Yep. It's law. That was his will, I guess, was to be buried at sea. So they buried him at sea, which is so frustrating, like, for several reasons. Like, first of all, fuck you, you don't get what you want. Secondly, you put a whole family there. I keep burping. Jesus Christ, I ate that burger too
Me
fast.
too.
And I'm worked up too.
But like, I don't know. I just feel like that's so disrespectful, especially to the people that he killed
Yeah.
in the sea.
Yeah. And then you think about too his other wife. He was never charged for that. That was just an accident, according to everybody, or
But
according
it
to insurance.
wasn't.
Exactly. So Terry Jo, though, she's still alive. She changed her name, and I'm not going to put
Good.
that in there. And she now lives in Green Bay, Wisconsin. She changed her name when she was 13. It was 12 or 13. It was like right after the events, which like
All of that.
good
yeah.
on you. I'm really glad. And if I meant to write it down, but I think she moved in with her grandparents, and they were the ones who were like super supportive of that, which is great. But it wasn't until 50 years later in 2010 that she would tell her story. She wouldn't talk about it for 50 years. And then she released a book that I definitely recommend because I perused through it a little bit over the past week. It's called Alone, Orphaned on the Ocean. And it's great. It's written really well. So yeah, that's kind of how everything wrapped up. And there's like nothing. There's nothing that makes you feel better. There's no justice or anything. And that's really frustrating. But just to finish off, I want to finish with a quote, which is in the afterword of her book. It says, "What I want to stress to all who read this book is never give up, always have hope, and try to look on the bright side of things. Be positive, be trusting, and try to go with the flow. Have compassion, give yourself to those in need, and be loving and kind. I believe that what you give comes back to you."
Oh, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that a lot. Yeah. That's a good quote.
And that is
That's crazy.
Yep, that is the case of the sea orphan. And it's also, she's called something else, like the waif of the ocean or waif something. But yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's wild. So like, and she's still alive? Like today?
Yep, she's married, has a family of her own, lives where she
Good.
grew up. They moved around a bunch, kind of. They were in like, they went to Washington State for a little bit and then ended up
Yeah.
there in Green Bay, like settling there near some, I think the wife's family was up there.
Yeah.
And they all settled down together. And yeah, so she's doing well. But what a fucking life. Like, just that on its own. And imagine the publicity immediately following. Like, the recovery time was forever.
But imagine her fucking life before that trip. Like
Yeah. Well,
if you care so little to like murder these people or like just imagine like how awful he probably was like day to day. Like I just
Yep. Feed the bastard
just
to the
sad.
sharks, make him chum. I agree. I agree.
Mhm.
But he was a pussy, so he killed himself instead.
little bitch. I
Yeah.
hope it took a long time. I hope he sat there regretting it.
Maybe that's
I hope-
why he kept cutting. Because, like, normally people just do, like, their wrists. This guy, he didn't even do his wrists. He did his ankles, his thigh, and his neck. He slit his own neck.
Good. He was too stupid to do it right.
Yeah. Ankles, ankles
I'm
are
good,
definitely
Peter.
one. But still. Yeah, that one really upset me. I found it on an accident, and I think that's a really good story. But it
Yeah.
was so sad. And, God, poor Joan just getting, and her her mom. This woman and her
Yeah.
mom getting driven off a bridge. I mean, all those people should have been like, that guy's a piece of shit and he totally did it on purpose. Like, make something up. If you're if you're one of those bystanders, be like, I saw him. Just go meep, like turn the wheel and drive right off.
Yeah, that's crazy that he just like got away from because whenever you were telling me, I was like, what is this like? But then I'm thinking like how long ago it was. Like they just probably were like, just get the fuck out of town. And like if he left, then he left,
Yep.
or I don't know. That's
Yep.
crazy.
My eye is still driving me bonkers. But
I wonder if you got like a fuzz in it. I'll get like Casper's hair
I think
on me
it's
sometimes. Like,
dust
like
from my
this.
mascara.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Like this is one of like Casper's little hairs. Or I guess I'll show you over here.
Yeah, I saw it when it was close to your
It's
mic.
just like a weird random little like it looks like a shitty little fuzz. I don't know. I hate
Matt,
it.
the neck you bleed out quicker. Yeah, but typically people will do like their wrists and their feet. What?
Did I so speaking about necks, there was this story. I don't know, I don't know where I saw it or read about it or heard about it or whatever. But this woman was almost fully decapitated. Like her neck was barely hanging on. And this bitch survived.
What?
Yeah. Wild, right?
Is that going to be your story next week?
She's still alive, bro.
I
She
mean,
didn't die. But yeah, if y'all are interested in that one, I'll find it and I'll
do all the
I'll tell
research
you
for
about
that
it.
one. That would be cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I was like, how the fuck do you get like nearly fully decapitated? Like the only thing that was keeping you alive was your fucking artery that would kill you if it was severed. Like
Yeah, I don't know. That's and of all the things, that's the last thing that wasn't cut.
Yeah,
That's insane.
that's wild, right? Yeah, she it showed like a picture or something, and it was like all like you could tell like they had to sew that shit back together, like everything, and like her spine was fine. Like obviously she can walk, like she's okay, but that's probably the craziest thing that I've heard of, like involving someone's neck. And I was like, this was like I found out like a week ago or something, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you'll have to
So-
find that one. That would be a really cool
Yeah.
one for next week.
I can do that one. That
Maybe
one's
we'll do
not bad.
Fridays since Fridays are like a 100% we're going to be doing it. Or we're going to be streaming.
Fridays or Saturdays? What's today?
Is it
Sunday.
Saturday?
This is Saturday.
Oh, it is Saturday.
Tomorrow's Sunday.
So maybe we'll do Saturdays. We'll figure it out,
Yeah.
guys. I promise. Nearly
Yeah, we'll
headless
get it.
Jane. So, what'd you guys
That's crazy,
think?
though.
This is our first podcast episode.
That's crazy. I think it'll be fun once we like get the hang of it.
Mhm.
Like,
I was surprised how little I ended up sticking because I wrote a script. So I was like, what if I
Yeah.
get nervous? And I didn't stick to it as much as I thought I would.
That's okay. I don't know.
I still got all
I
the
guess-
information in there. So
Yeah. And that's what matters. Once you get a rhythm, you'll enjoy it. Yeah, no, like I think it's so I love murder mystery stuff and like stories from Snapped, all of that. So all of like that super I like to watch serial killer stuff, okay?
me too. Basic white bitch
just-
behavior.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I have more like reading socks. Do y'all know reading socks are a thing? Okay. Like
I
they're
agree.
just big and fluffy and like you can literally buy reading socks at Starbucks.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't
Like,
know that.
They have like a whole table of like reading socks. Like they're really soft. They're like the best socks. Okay.
They're probably butter
um,
socks.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Because that's
I don't-
those are the ones I get.
Let me look. I'll look it up.
Butter socks are
'Cause-
those ones. I mean, they're pretty self-descriptive. They feel like butter because they're like that moisturizing, soft, fluffy socks. Sorry, I immediately went
Let's
to
see.
snacking. Data brought me Welch's fruit snacks.
I'm jealous. I don't know.
It was good.
know.
I think I need to keep Sarah away from the channel before she gets ideas. Well,
There's nothing wrong with it.
they were
Wait,
so
tell
good.
her.
The Welches or the podcast, honey? I feel like you're talking about the Welches.
I want some Welches now, and I'm upset. Let's go, Phoenix.
I found
see you.
a big old bag at a Wawa. Oh yeah, there aren't Wawas in Texas.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's like a grocery store.
No, it's a gas station, but they have like
Oh, okay. Actually,
it's
my
Bucky's
brothers
esque.
talked about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, my brothers talked about it because he's like up in Delaware ish.
they have them up
Somewhere-
there
somewhere up
for
there.
sure.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
How
Fuck Julian Harvey,
exciting.
man. Fuck that guy.
That's- I can't even
I said they.
like. I don't.
You broke. We broke SO.
I just like. I just want to like take a minute to be like. I'm glad I didn't exist at this time.
Yeah. In the
'Cause that's crazy.
what was it? 1958 or
61?
something? Yeah, 61. That's what it was. 1961. Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't know. I can't wait to see like all the other stores because it's never ending. There's all kinds of like fucked up stuff.
Data said words, SO.
I tried. Okay, I'm here. I have to. I'm better at like typing things out because I get a minute to like articulate what I want to say.
Oh, I
But-
love that. That's why I hate phone calls. I'm like, can I just email or text you, please?
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm really smart, but I need a minute, man. Like
I hate when I'm in a meeting.
the thoughts are
Yeah.
there, but my brain's a little. It's
Timsy,
stressed.
hello. You just missed
Aw.
our true crime segment, but it's okay.
missed-
You can go back and watch it
You
later.
missed it. You sure can. We're gonna figure out like our Spotify and stuff. We're gonna get it all working and
I'm pretty
figure it out.
excited.
We're gonna have a whole thing. We're gonna have merch and everything because we came up with like the best name. We're gonna trademark. Is it trademark? We're gonna call dibs on SinnysterS.
hmm It's gonna be
Like-
awesome.
SinnysterS. I like it.
That logo too. Yeah, Esso did a great job on the logo and everything. She did all
so
this
proud.
today. All of it.
I did
Like
that.
right before this.
Yep. I was like, hey, you want to jump on Discord and make an overlay? I was like, it would be cool. So now we've got the logo and we've got our screens. Look, check it out. Here's my ending one.
Ow.
Hee hee.
I hurt myself.
Very nice. Thanks, Phoenix. It was fun. She got to watch my process. Do I like this? I don't like this. What about this one? Does this look good? What do you think? You like this color? You want that color?
All of Kira's viewers left in suspense. Do you want to see? Okay, I'll show you. Hold on. Mine just has her name. Hold on. Let me find it.
Do you know where secrets go? 'Cause I've forgotten mine. They've slipped out of my.
What do you think? You like it?
I love it. I'm gonna have to get my light fixed. So I look almost translucent. Like I look like I have no collarbones. Like I'm just like a paper person.
No
what it
favorite
looks like.
person.
That's what I look like. It's just like I'm 2D. But it's okay. It's fine. It's totally fine.
That was fantastic.
Well, I mean, you know, like you see it, right? Like if I didn't have a shadow right here, I would just be like flat.
Data said she did mention Casper earlier. It's all that Casper hair.
Whisper.
He's so cute. Little floover.
So little.
Yeah, I can't do that with my dogs. Our dogs are far too heavy. I half expected Data to
Say
walk
hi.
in here carrying one of the dogs.
Oh, you're so handsome. You handsome boy.
I said OMG. Right? So freaking cute.
He's a floofer.
Our little
You're
floof.
so glad you're off work. Let's go, Phoenix. I'm excited for you.
I did not know her dog was named Casper. Wait, what? I
Who
thought.
didn't know that?
How did you not know
Yeah.
that? I feel like you subconsciously were aware because I've told you.
So
I don't know.
what did you think all the Casper hair was?
I thought she just meant like a small hair she couldn't see. Honey,
Amazing.
I love you so much. What? It's a
Casper
Casper
is a
hair.
ghost. He doesn't have hair.
I like that we're all focused on very different things. That's strange about that. Casper is a ghost. He doesn't have hair. What is that?
I don't know why that was so funny. He's like, I don't know things. It's fine. We're not laughing at you.
He said, I'm dead.
He said, oh my God, it's a dog.
Holy shit, that was a big one.
That was a good one. I bet that felt great.
Yeah.
It had bass. All that bass. Oh, that's so
Because
funny.
you know I'm all about that bass. Have you seen that trick where if you have to burp, you just like pick up a titty and move it up and out to the side?
No way.
Yeah, so it works.
Does it work?
Yeah.
No
But
way.
you have to like sit up straight and then grab underneath your left boobie and then pick it up
Left
and
boobie?
rotate it outward. So like up and over. Like you're
Okay.
trying to get it over something. And it will,
Or
sorry guys.
Rubbing, moving some titties.
When I know you're
Titties.
high. I'm not. I would love one though. Did you hide one? You didn't hide one in the Welch's. That would have been
so
funny though. But yeah, so if you have to burp and you can't get it out, that's what you do.
That's crazy. Oh, and you know how you were talking about your cure for hiccups?
Yeah, straw.
So my husband's friend, because he had the hiccups the other day, he was like, you have some peanut butter, right? Just go eat some peanut butter. And it worked. His hiccups went away.
Interesting. Yeah, I like the straw
So
one
you'll have
though, because it's like super easy, and everyone
Yeah.
has some sort of straw. But there was
usually.
yeah, Data did it with like his hands, like he created, like went through his hand and breathed through it as though it were a straw. I meant you saying that to me because I assumed ghost hair. I'll try the peanut butter next time. Good.
I'll never forget that. That's hilarious.
Casper hair. That's amazing.
You know, because she just told me that she could see it like like a few minutes ago. Oh yeah, I see it. It was right there by your mic. It's like she's just being nice.
She can't see shit. Oh, have you seen the movie Down Low? Or Down Low?
I don't know. What's
So
it about?
it's on Netflix, and I don't know if it's newer or what, but it is this man who is like nearly 50 years old, and he suddenly comes to the realization that he's gay. And because of that, his wife and 2 children pick up and leave. And he decides his first venture into being gay to be having this like masseuse come by and give him a hand job. So like this guy who's gonna give him a happy ending. And then it just goes from there.
Okay.
And it is hilarious and chaotic. And I loved it. So if anyone hasn't seen it, you should watch it. It's great. I watched that today.
Okay.
But it's down low because he's like on the down low that he is gay.
The guy said, or something sexy.
Yes, he did say that. Wait.
I'm just watching like the little trailer thing.
Oh.
Hi, Stubborn.
I was like, how did you know?
You? You were like, yeah.
He
Yeah,
did say that.
Weird. All right, let's see. I'm gonna watch that when I get off stream. Probably I'll put it on.
It's pretty
Maybe
good.
I won't fall asleep.
It's pretty good. It's pretty funny. And I went into it knowing nothing about it, but I liked I like the main character, like the actor. And I was like, oh, I like that guy. I'm gonna watch this, and I'm really glad I did.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
just like, hey,
intentionally cheesy at points. It's really well done.
do you want to know what I watched the other day? It's really old, and it has oh my god, what's his name? Oh god,
I don't think that's his name.
definitely not. I can't believe I forgot this dude's name. Nicolas Cage.
Oh, I hate him.
That's embarrassing. You hate him?
Yes.
Bro, okay. So, I'm doing so good, Stubborn. I hope you're doing well. So, I've never seen, so like, I like Con Air and I like some other stuff that he's in, but like not because he's like a great actor or anything, but if you want to see him act so terribly, like this is a movie. It's called It Could Happen to You.
Oh my god.
And have you seen it?
No. What's it about?
It's from 1994. Okay. And so this guy's married, right? And he's married to the wife from Matilda, not Matilda. What's that woman's name? So her name is Rosie Perez. And what else is she in? Hold on, I'm gonna look real quick because
Tell her to watch
she's in
Retirement
movies.
Plan.
Retirement Plan? I think I've seen that. Where's her IMDb thing? Where's all her movies? This is stupid. Okay. I don't want her biography. Okay. We just need to know her movies. Because I know she's in some stuff. People know who she is. Like she is.
I swear.
Yeah. So she's in Birds of Prey.
I haven't seen that either. I almost watched that today, actually. It's funny.
Like I really thought it was Matilda, but maybe not. She's in Nurse Jackie. Oh my gosh, she's in Dora the Explorer as a voice person. Pineapple Express.
So what is the movie about?
Okay, so he's married to this woman, right? And she's like horrible, like gold digger type lady. Like all she cares about is money. And so he's a cop and he's just like the nicest fucking person on the planet. And he gives money to homeless people. He helps people cross the road. Like he delivers fucking babies on buses and shit, right? Like he's a good guy. And so he goes to eat with his police officer friend, and then he doesn't have money to tip the waitress. And if you're a good person, you're like, hey, I'm going to come back and tip you. Like, you're like, I suck. I'm coming back, and you redeem yourself. Well, he tells her, he's like, I'm either going to double your tip when I come back, or I'm going to give you half of what I win from the lottery. And so his wife, his shitty wife, is like, oh, I saw my dead dad, and we won on the slot machine, so make sure you use our numbers. Well, he fucked up and got their anniversary date wrong.
Oh, no.
Okay? Because she celebrates it the day before, it wasn't his fault. He was like, why do we always celebrate it on the 26th then, if it's the 27th? And so he chose 26. His numbers, he won. Okay? And so they win $4 million. And then he is like, oh, fuck, I promised the waitress she could have half of
Oh, my
winnings.
God.
And so he tells his wife, and she's like losing her shit. And so he goes back to the thing and tells the lady, hey, I'm going to give you the choice, because she thinks he's joking. And he's like, well, fine, I'm going to let you pick. Would you rather have what's in this envelope, or would you rather have half of my winnings from the lottery? And she's like, I'm going to take half of what you won. Like, because she's like, yeah, what the fuck ever. And he's like, okay, well, you just won $2 million. Like, we won.
That's amazing.
And yeah. And so it's so good. And like, they go to this huge, like, millionaire winner, lottery winner fucking party and shit. And the wife is so fucking shitty, bro. Like, I couldn't imagine treating your husband that way, you know? And then they go to this event. Like, they take pictures, and he's like, oh, well, it'll be fine, though. Press is going to see you as blah, 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 the woman with the heart of gold, right? Even though she's, like, horribly shitty. She goes and buys herself all this shit, redoes their apartment, takes money out of the
Burns through that money real fast.
No, nah. Wait, so she's like really shitty. Like it shows different scenes of her buying shit. Like he gives a homeless man money, she takes it back, and she's like, "Quit giving all of our money away." And so he gives him back the money, right? And then so they go to the party to celebrate. It's like, hey, welcome millionaires and all these people who won are there. And so he sees the woman there that he gave the $2 million to. And so they missed the boat because he got out to go help her because she couldn't pay the cab guy because he wouldn't bring the 20. And she's like, nah, bruh, like, I need my change. Because she's poor, right? She had just hit bankruptcy, right? Right before he gave her the $2 million because her ex-husband was shitty and took off, blew through her MasterCard with $20,000. And so, yeah. And so they missed the bus and they hung out. And, he was like, well, we had a good time. Like, I have nothing to do. I'm retired now because, he got shot because he's a good cop and he's a good guy. And so they're hanging out and they do things like they take a bunch of money and buy everybody's subway ticket, like the change. Like they use their little quarters, because I don't know how that works. But anyway, and so the wife gets pissed because the press was like, cop who gave waitress $2 million, they're buying everybody's tickets. And like it was in the press or whatever. And so the wife throws him out. She's like, fuck you. Like, you're just too good of a person. And like literally shoots him down because she's tired of how fucking perfect he is. And she's like, whatever. But at the millionaire party, she was eating with this old man who was like a CPA or whatever. And he was like, yeah, well, we can flip this money. Like we can get maximum investment returns. And yeah. And so she left her husband, kicked him out, got her boob job that she wanted. And then in the middle of their divorce thing, she tells him, she's like, oh, well, I want his half of the lottery winnings. Even though they gave it to this girl. So she like took them to court and everything to like see if she could get this money back. And yeah, I don't know if I should tell you like the whole rest of the movie, but it's really good. I don't know.
That's crazy.
You should. It's crazy, but his acting's terribly.
Oh yes,
terrible.
yes.
Terrible.
That's why I don't like watching his stuff because he acts the same. He's like Kristen Stewart. Like,
oh no.
I also can't stand more than most actors. Tom Cruise. I don't know what it is. I want to punch that guy in the face. And then when
fucking teeth, bro.
Well, and then when I found out he's actually an asshole, like I was like, wow, I feel justified. Like I've been vindicated. Like
Well, he had that whole weird like Scientology thing going on.
Yeah, he's psycho and an asshole.
Yeah. And then I think he's like trying to be nice now, like the cool guy. Like I don't know. Because whenever he made that new movie that he's in, he like did all that shit like himself, like flew out of the plane or flew the planes or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
You talking about Top Gun?
Yeah.
He was not allowed to actually fly the plane. He was really mad about that. So I was in the Navy when they filmed that. And they filmed it on a ship, the ship that was built right after mine. And all of my friends and stuff. So all the scenes, I guess, where they show the people in uniform like conducting flight operations, they do those without him because he didn't want normal people near him. So he would like cordon off where he was because he didn't want like regular human germs or something around him. He was like super rude to everybody. And then he was livid when they wouldn't let him fly the jets. Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, this is government property. You're not going to come on our ship.
People germs.
That's just like how I'm saying. I don't know.
Like,
he was just like,
it. Like, why is he like that? Like, does he never like leave his house?
I don't know. He's insane.
What the fuck?
He was a dick though. But Mark Wahlberg, awesome dude. He was on my ship. He was super cool.
Mark.
Yep, he was cool. He's shorter. I knew he was short, but like he's shorter than I anticipated him being in real life. But he was really nice. Like he said hi to everybody. He shook everyone's hands. And Melania Trump was on my ship. She She wore
Isn't she
stilettos.
like really smart?
Yeah, she wore stilettos on a flight deck though, which is not smart. She's fine. I mean, but
Did she fall?
I don't know. I wasn't there, but I doubt it. She was really nice when she spoke to all of us over the speakers. But hey, Cube, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you.
Do I have an innie or an outie belly button?
You'll never know.
I'm gonna have you refer to my OF to ask that question. You have to pay to ask that question.
That is
I
a
will
good
not answer
answer.
you.
That is a good answer. Say for $10, I will tell you what kind of belly button I have.
$10,
That's great.
$500. I might show it to you. Hey,
There we go.
I'm just kidding. It'd be more than that. That is so funny.
To show
That's
someone your
crazy.
belly button would be more than $500.
Yes. Because it's a whole thing, okay? So, like, until I get a new belly button, nobody gets to see this belly button. This is my husband's belly button. You want to give me money to give me a new belly button? I'll show you that belly button every day if you want. Is that fair?
I think Dana would be
Fair.
very supportive of me getting $500 for someone to see my belly button.
Yeah. My husband probably would be too, but
He'd be
it's
like,
just
bet.
it's a personal thing. I feel like I would rather show someone my butthole than my belly button.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a lot more sensitive about my butt versus my boobs. Like, I don't mind my boobs being out, but like my butt's mine. That's like my special thing because it's like, it's beautiful and it's like, it's my best asset. And I don't know. It's like, that's my thing. I'm weird about my butt.
That ass though.
What a combo to hear while loading into a ranked game. Enjoy, Cube.
Hey. Now go get that dub.
I believe in you. Cube is sweaty.
I'm scared to try ranked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I want to enjoy
know.
Warzone and I want to get into it, but also I really have. Oh, you're back in Pred lobbies again? That's unfortunate, Cube. I'm so sorry
Oh,
to
so
hear
you talking
that.
about Apex?
Yeah, Cube's an Apex guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not scared to go into ranked on Apex.
I don't play ranked on Apex.
She's a lie. You're not sweaty. Lie again. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate you.
Yay! That sounds great. And she's live a lot more often, so you can hang out with her during the days.
Yes, I do. I play COD during the day though. I usually play with Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, I know that you said that yesterday, and I was dying. You were like, "Wait, that's cute."
So this guy came in her stream.
He called her a
right? It was like-
hobo.
He called her a
Yeah.
hobo.
She's like, "I'm not a hobo."
And I was just like, that is your new name. I'm going to call you Hobo. And then I was like, I'm going to say Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, it was like, so I hear her go,
Tell me, Phoenix.
"My name's not Hobo," and she's like, "Yeah, it's Hobbs, Hubby Lubby," and she like goes through this like mental. I was working, and I just hear this like train of thought, and then she's like, "That's what I'm gonna call you now, Hubby Lubby." Apex ranked is more sweaty. Everything's more sweaty in Apex.
Lie again.
I don't know. Everything's more sweaty in Apex.
I don't know. So the new COD ranked, I heard, is pretty brutal.
People do take COD pretty seriously.
I don't know. I just feel like there's so many different weapon combinations that like even the skins, like everything's just different. Like everybody's got different, like you would have to have the same loadouts to like, I don't know, have the same like advantage on it, like an equal advantage.
I don't like that about COD. It's like you can literally have better guns from the jump because you can, like, as you play more, your shit gets better.
Yeah, but that's only with loadouts though. So like There's a fuzz on my face. That's a string fuzz, not a Casper hair.
Not a Casper.
That's a real look. It's on my thumb.
I
Can y'all see it? On your thing?
cannot see it, but I believe you.
Is it there now?
Do you have a straight up
Hold on.
thumb? You don't have a hitchhiker's thumb?
What the fuck is that?
This
oh,
is,
my thumb doesn't go all the way backwards.
I have
now.
a hitchhiker's
I have a
thumb.
regular thumb.
I have a
don't-
regular thumb. Mine's really bad. I never even. This one's not as bad. This one's really bad. Look at that. Wait, that's weird. Look, watch.
so hard. I wasn't ready. You were like, because it looked normal at first, and then you're just like, wow. It was like,
Oh, Dana said we should do watch parties where we just comment on movies throughout. That'd be
No,
we'd
we
get so
can't.
annoying. We'd have to be like pause, pause, pause. I have questions.
we could try that today if you wanted to.
That would be really funny.
We would just have to like make our screen small so we could have a little box for the movie. And
What?
we can't do it on Twitch. Twitch won't allow us to because that's
Yeah.
whack. Hey,
Once you
60
get away from the
days?
cheaters, it's not bad. What is iridescent? Like I know what the word iridescent is, but what do you mean you made it too iridescent? Is that something in COD?
I have no idea. What are you doing? Why do you look suspicious?
It was not another Casper hair, honey. I'm sorry. The sassy
do?
pose.
Come on if you're coming.
Casper. It's like Masters for COD. Oh, dope.
That's cool. But yeah, we can with SinnysterS, we could like do anything. It doesn't have to just be true crime.
True.
We can do all kinds of stuff.
I'm excited.
I like it.
Started our own new company.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
We are founders. Founded today. What is today? Well, I'm charging. What the fuck is
Yeah.
today's date?
respond.
It's the 11th. 2/11/24.
What the heck? Do you know
What'd
it?
you do?
I was looking at the comment on your post. It says, "Hey,
Oh yeah. Fucking Twitch.
hey."
Twitter.
I do
He does that all the time.
Hey, I think it was on one of mine too once, and I was like, "Who? What?"
Yeah, I don't know. Like
That's funny.
I just kind of stopped responding to that. You know? I just sometimes I'll like wave back. But then they're just like, "Hey." I'm like, "Hey again." Like, all right.
My mom asked what we talked about for the podcast. I just saw the tweet you're talking about from Widow Bears, and I
Yeah.
need to know the tea. I
Let's
need to know what happened.
I don't know. She said everybody's gonna know, so I'm like waiting for it.
You're like sitting like, hello. I have my alerts on, I think. I didn't. Now I do.
It's got 69 likes. Ayy. She said, "Not even playing around. You're fucked."
Yeah, I saw that. Cool. It's crazy. Crazy girl. Okay. Anyway.
Hold on, I'm about to make a post.
A boot.
You'll see it.
Oh. Do you want to talk to the
Did you
people
see
for a
it?
minute so I can go pee and get a gummy?
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh.
You can be entertaining. Oh, this is great.
I will
I can
try to
take
be
a break
entertaining.
and people can still be entertained.
With me and
Yes.
Casper.
And Casper.
Being a puppy.
Featuring Casper.
See, can y'all see him? I gotta wait. My screen's delayed on her end, so I can't tell. Oh, there he is. He's Casper. See a puppy. Don't be stressed out, Phoenix. Don't do it. Remember what I said. It's y'all's day, so it's gonna be perfect the way that you guys want it. Everyone's gonna be there for you guys. You'll love it. What type of dog is that? This is a Pomeranian. He's a little sweetheart. Oh, so I don't know. Let's see who's in here. Is Matt still in her kick chat? And then I didn't know that there was like a masters section for Apex. It's crazy. Let's go. I'm sitting up as straight as possible, I promise. But I got you on your hydrate. I got some water right here. And can we talk about how I'm sad that I didn't get the respawn thing? Sad day. Sad day. Dang. Okay, so it's rookie, bronze. Dang. Okay. I was like, I don't remember ever being rookie, but I do kind of. I do. And then
Did we just become
gold,
best friends?
plat,
Yep.
diamond, master, pred. Okay. And then you said there's iridescent after that? So what is that one? Stop licking my fingers. I don't like that. Bleh. You be good boy. You be good doggo. Cod rings? Oh, okay. Oh. So iridescent is a cod one? Shit. See, I've never done it. So I've never done like any of the campaigns. I've never done ranked or anything. I've literally all I used to play was Rebirth. And then they took that away. And so now I'm better. Like we've been doing Resurgence and I'll do BR. Dang, you type fast as fuck, boy. So COD ranks are bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crimson, iridescent. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's crazy. Hi, bio. That's crazy. Craziness. But so I want to get on ranked, but he said I may be sweaty at COD. Maybe you. I'll take that carry any day. But Apex, your doo doo, whatever. Apex is just different, and like if they're really going to be changing up the way that they do things, I think it's going to be better. I think it'll be a lot more fun to play. You know, your hard stuck plat 3 pred lobbies is disgusting. You don't suck at Apex, bio. You just need to get on that PC. Get that mouse and keyboard game back in.
Bio's actually great though. Oh,
He is really good.
Firefox followed me on Kick. Thanks, Fire.
Let's go.
That's my mother.
I didn't see it.
Hello. Firefox 4. Were there other Firefoxes? How upsetting. Hey yo.
Apex is going back to the good days for ranks. Yes, I heard that they're changing things back. And we were kind of talking a little bit about it the other day, which I'm down for
Did
because
we just become best friends?
Apex.
Yep.
And
Cube.
then
Let's go.
and then I don't know, I just prefer COD for whatever reason. And I think it's just because like I would have to play. I think I was talking to DK about this. Like I would have to play all day, every day to be somewhat decent at Apex because you can't grow on Apex like you can on COD. Like on COD, you can level up your guns and do better and like you just get a better feel for it. But Apex doesn't do that. Like if you don't master every single person, like there's so many different heroes or whatever now that like if you don't know them and their movements, it's harder to fucking win against them. Like I don't know. And COD's not like that. COD is really just like if you can get good at all the guns, like it doesn't matter. Like you're gonna win.
I think that's part of the fun though.
Yeah.
For me.
I don't know. So I love Apex. Apex is always going to have like a special place in my heart. But like, I thoroughly enjoy COD a lot more than I do Apex. And I don't know why. Like, there's really, I don't know. You just have okay aim. See, I have good aim most of the time. If you can learn the movement mech on Apex, you'll do good. Yeah, I just don't play enough on it. I just don't like, and I know that.
Sometimes I
But
have really good days, and sometimes I have really bad days. I forgot I sent the 4,500 damage game in your Discord, so I can't say I'm bad. Yes, you did send your 4,500 damage game in my Discord.
I'd be sick. I'd be sick.
It's wild.
I think the most kills I've ever had on Apex was like 4. Like in a BR.
Yeah, I was thinking.
think.
I think I've had. Well, 3 strikes is pretty different.
I don't think I've ever played that.
You should. It's great. It's fun.
He said in COD you get laser beams and stuff.
Laser beams and stuff.
Freaking laser beams.
Lasers,
okay?
bro. Well, I think I am going to switch over to Apex. Would you
I'm
eat a
down.
live cockroach? Yeah. I mean, I'd prefer you give me money for it. But yes.
I mean, your life, you know.
Yeah, I
Fuck
mean
that
my life
shit.
too, but like I'd
mean,
prefer
money.
money. Cube said I'd probably do it for free. I mean,
Gross,
you
if
only
you're,
live
like,
once. I
wiggling,
agree.
Like his little antennas just like
When I was
barely touching the roof of your mouth.
when I was a kid, I remember Six Flags did this thing where if you could eat a Madagascar cockroach, it was alive, which they're like 3 inches, 3.5 inches or so.
I got chills. Yeah.
If you ate it, you got like a season pass for free or something. I remember that, like hearing that on the radio when I was a little kid and being like, oh, I would totally do that, because my dad and I watched Fear Factor together. And I was obsessed with that show, which is funny. We were just talking about the newest Fear Factor.
Yeah.
But there was like a dad and daughter episode, and I was like, oh, I could totally do that better. And I had no fear as a child. I was afraid of nothing. I should have been afraid of very many things, and I had many, like, I was like, ignore the evidence of danger. I don't care.
That I could never.
For real, I would have
Like-
done that. Then would have been like, got any more? I've had crickets.
Ugh. Ugh. No. So we have suckers in there that have crickets in them because Brian got them for the kids. And they're just like little block things, and it's got fucking, you can see it. You can like
Not the
see through
scorpion
sucker.
ones.
No, they're crickets. Like they look like little roaches. Blah.
Oh,
Blah.
Data, I don't know if you're still listening, but it was either some wrestling, WWE maybe, but Kick is a sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
And
MMA
yeah, I didn't
or
realize
UFC.
that.
UFC.
That's the one. I did not realize that.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, he's like, look at the floor. They're on the floor. It's like, what the heck? It's awesome.
Yeah,
What was I doing?
I think it's
Oh.
cool.
I recall.
Yeah, I have a girl that I went to high school with she like went into MMA, and I think she had like a debut or something there, and then she got injured, and lost her shit.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Poor gal.
Ooh. Thanks for the follow on Kick. You the best. So, who are you playing Apex with?
Nobody. Unless you decide to play.
I'm down to play. I just can't guarantee that I will be worth a shit.
That is okay. We can
Okay.
start with like the mixtape with like TDM and stuff and warm up that way. That's what
I
I've
love
been doing.
how you have the confidence that I know what you're talking about.
Like team deathmatch and
Ah, okay.
TDM.
I know what that is. Kinda.
I could
Kinda,
come play,
sorta.
but I'd bring the team down. Do you want to play, Q? You can carry us.
Just don't put us in shitty lobbies, okay?
Yeah, you'll have to
I
join
don't-
my lobbies because my
I don't
KD is
have-
low.
My KD is probably worse than yours because that was so bad for years that it's just there's no.
That's
coming
how
back.
mine is. It's like it's so hard to fight against because it's based on a lifetime.
all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's stupid.
Because I was like, when
But I
my first
appreciate it.
season playing, I had never played FPS before, so I had a 0 KD. Like, I had nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
But
I started back gaming with Apex, and I never. It was never any better.
there's not skill-based matchmaking anymore. Oh, yeah.
So that's why it's so sweaty for me. Then got it.
Got it.
Cool. Oh God. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna move over to Apex.
Yeah, I'm trying
then.
to switch everything over right now. It should be fixed next season. Cube, I'm Kira_Levy on Apex also. BT dubs.
Oh shit! I needed to change the title of my stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Oh Lord. Bloop. Okay.
Gaming. It should be fixed next season. Fixed. What do you mean fixed?
Skill-based matchmaking.
Like it'll be that, or I don't understand. Like it should be better? I don't understand.
Am I not live anymore on this? What's the deal here?
What's the dealio? Oh, okay. I see. I see.
I'm
Edit
live. Why
YouTube.
can I not see my live? Okay. I figured it out. I found it.
All 4 tabs I have up are just 2. 2? What? Oh, is it like SO's Twitch, my Twitch? Oh, you two. Yeah, okay, okay. I was like, each of our Twitches and stuff. I got it. I got there.